Hey guys, we're live. Pop in and say hi. I would have done. South Ireland rainforest. Hello, how's it going? Hope all is well in Ireland. A beautiful day here. Well, it is cloudy, but it's about 12 degrees Celsius. Hello, you're in Detroit. I just doing a later live stream. I had my buddy come over today with his Kenwood. He bought it in 1990 brand. You should see this thing, man. Top of the line Kenwood radio. And he wanted to know if it still worked okay. He's kind of got out of radio, and I kind of got him back into radio. He's a ham operator. He got his ham license in 67. So we hooked it up to my antenna and made tons of contacts. I should have shot a video, but I didn't. Caleb, how's it going? I'm recovering. Yeah, I can't really use this arm. I can't lift anything heavy with it for several days. And I really want to, man. I mean, I feel good and everything, but that's what the instructions say. AM Mobile, let's give her a try. Okay, so I can't use AM on this one because AM doesn't work. Only sideband and FM. Actually, I found out the FM does work on this RCI because I did talk some FM skip on it today. I'm pointed towards you, brother. Channel 1. Channel 1. Okay, hang on. Let me go to another radio here. Let me take that one off. That one off. And let's go to this radio here. Let me put on my speaker up here. We're going to go to the RCI 2970D. See what's going on here. Let's turn her on. Channel 1. I'm on channel 1 right there, but I don't have this one hooked up to my beam. I have it only hooked up to a IMAX 2000. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Not a lot of skip coming in here, man. How about a DX LAN? How about a DX LAN 612 West Coast of Canada break? Got you, Steven, 555, Mama's little baby. We got you, brother. We're waving at you, 555, Arkansas, Mama's little baby, 612, skip chunky. Nice. Channel 1. All right, Mama's little baby. Say hi to Redbone and 111 out there. My friends in Arkansas. Happy New Year to you, Stephen. All right, thanks. I'll give you a plug here. Thanks, Stephen. That's my friend Stephen in Arkansas. In 35 minutes, you can check in on Channel 1 to the Arkansas Citizens Band Radio Group. That's my buddy Stephen, 555, Mama's little baby, on 26.965 AM. All right, thanks a lot, Stephen. Appreciate it, buddy. Cheers and beers. 612, skip chunky on the site. Wow, booming it. That's awesome. Sounding good, Stephen. I'm on channel 1 right now. So if you guys want to check in, Citizens Arkansas Citizens Band. Hello, Abstract Tom. He's always a good risk. Yeah, he comes in good from Arkansas. Quiet there, 455, where you are in Detroit. Motor City, being extremely mild in Ireland. Got 2 Trachycarpus princeps. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to turn that off now, and I'm going to go back to my big radio. That one's got AM on it, and I'm glad he can hear me. I was on my IMAX 2000. Thank God for my RCI 2970 DX. So I just talked to Brazil. Just before I turn this live gate on, I was talking to Brazil. 3 Sugar Delta 155. in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So I was gonna, what I was saying, my buddy Bob brought his Kenwood over, and we were playing around. I was shooting a bunch of skip on his Kenwood. And every time I keyed that microphone, I got out, even on AM. It's an awesome radio, man. So unfortunately, he lives in a strata, so it's hard to put up an antenna. But he's gonna figure something out. Did I get my results? How surgery went well? Yeah. I had my surgery not yesterday, but the day before. Day after Boxing Day. I had it the 27th, and surgery went well. They put the stent in my heart. They went in through here. I just took the big bandage off yesterday afternoon. They went in through my main vein, and recovery. I had to stay in the hospital all day. And what they do, they put through your arm, and you're watching it. I'm awake through this. Took about an hour. It's a stent, not a stint, a stent. So I have a stent. It was 80% blocked. My artery was 80% blocked. And you know what? I actually feel better, man. So, yeah, surgery went good. I'm still alive. Only 1% of people die during the surgery. So I made it. How about that? So I feel really good. So the difference is, I mean, I even sometimes when I'm laying in the bed at night, I get like, sometimes I'm like shortness of breath. And that was caused by the plugged artery, 80% plugged. The CT scan showed only 68%. But when I got onto the operating table, they had a CT scan moving around over my heart when he's doing the surgery. And there's like a 70-inch or 72-inch big screen, flat screen monitor there. So it's projecting my heart. It's pumping on the screen. I can see everything he is doing. And I'm talking to them. I'm awake. So he says, okay, he froze this here. They froze it. Then they put the catheter in. And then he says, okay, we're going to start going in there and exploring. So he could feel something pushing, going through my arm, like a wire or something moving through there. And then it showed up on the X-ray, on the thing, whatever it is, the CT scan, 80% blockage. So then he showed me the stent. I said, show me the stent. So the nurse showed me the stent. It was a tiny little thing. And once he gets it in there, it opens up. So he says, okay, we're going to go ahead and put the stent in. So we put the stent in, and I feel great, man. Great contact. I'm glad you can hear me, Stephen. Awesome. You sounded good, brother. Blowing smoke as usual from the Razorback State. And that's my buddy Stephen in there. Channel 1. That's the guys just talking to. And if you guys want to check in on Channel 1, any of you guys on AM right now, go to 26965, and Stephen will check you into the Arkansas Citizens Band radio group. He's the man. Is health expensive in Canada? I don't pay a thing, Tom. It was free. I don't pay a single thing. You go in, you get it done, and you walk out. I was in there all day. They even feed you. They even fed me food all day, which was great. I was starving. I said the worst part of the surgery was me having an empty stomach. But no, we don't pay. No pay. So I got out at just about 4 p.m. I was in there at 7:30 in the morning. They prepped me. Surgery was at around 10 o'clock, and I got out of there at just about 11 in the morning. Yeah. Do you have a medical card in Canada? Yeah, but I have a medical card, but I don't pay anything. I have a medical card. It's on my driver's license. Your driver's license has it. Happy New Year, Stephen. Always good to hear you, buddy. And one of these days, I sure hope to make it down to the Razorback State. Go down to the southwest corner of Warren City and collect me some palm seeds from those dwarf palmettos. That's when I need some more of those sable minor palms. A lot of people don't know that. Palm trees are native to Arkansas. Even some people in Arkansas don't know that there are native palm trees in Arkansas. There's also wild boar down there, and I believe they have alligators. Oh, Brazil's coming in right now. Only issue with stents is stents is the one has ever lasted 12 years, was still a new tech. I hope so. Longer, but would worry me. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Only issue with stents is no one has ever lasted. Well, then they can take them back out, which is a good thing. So we'll have to find out. 12 years, that'll put me at 70 something. So if I make it to 70, I'll be happy. I'm 70. I'm 59 right now. Thanks a lot there, JB. Good to hear you in there, man. JB from New Zealand. Plant an elm tree in the ravine if you want to. Yeah, the only problem is a deer would eat it to pieces. There's so many deer down there. Even in Victoria, you're downtown Victoria, and there's deer walking across the frickin' street, man. $2. Have a crossbow. You can nuke those things and throw them on the dinner plate, right? There's deer in Victoria. So anyway, 12 years. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how much long they last, but I can tell you right now, I don't have any more shortness of breath, and that's a good thing. I know one guy that's got 7 stents, but he's in pretty rough shape. I think I'm in pretty good shape, and I watch what I eat and stuff. The problem is it's genetics, it's high cholesterol. I guess my liver produces too much cholesterol. So that artery was like 80% blocked, man, restricting the blood flow, thus shortness of breath when I go hiking and stuff, especially when I'm pedaling my bike to the top of a steep hill. And that's when I find it the worst. So when you hike up a mountain, that's right, I'm going to try it. I can't do anything for at least a couple of weeks, but I will try it. I'll give her a shot. I'll even shoot a video. There's a mountain I like to climb here. We have a lot of mountains here, but there's one I like to climb, and I can make it. I made it in 16 minutes from our parking area to the top. It's about 1,000. I think it's close to 1,500 feet. So I'm gonna try her again and see what happens. Last time I did it, I was like, kind of huffing and puffing, but I wasn't tired. That's what annoys me the most. When I work out and stuff, I'm not tired. I have the energy, but I had that shortness of breath, and that's what caused it. No, not Mount Maxwell, Mount Erskine. I think it's under 1,500 feet. Mount Erskine. You can look up the height on it. Mount Erskine, Erskine, Mount Erskine. You can. I was still set up. Okay, cool. So there's a Facebook group, everybody, called Mama's Little Baby in Arkansas. If you guys are on Facebook, and you can see Steven's setup there, also known as 555 down there in the Razorback. Mama's Little Baby in Arkansas page on Facebook, and I am a member of his page. So you can check it out, and you can see what Steven runs. I know he's got a big beam antenna up there and running a bit of horsepower through it, so he just booms in here. And I don't know how far Arkansas is from the Gulf Islands here, but I'm going to guess it's got to be, 2,500 miles? I'm guessing 2,500 miles. Somebody can Google that. Arkansas to the west coast of Canada. Had a buddy with a dog with a bad heart. Battery-powered pump. No way. Battery died and the dog outlived the battery. No way. Unreal. Oh, you made a short video. Cool. Okay, I'll check it out, buddy. I will check it out. I'll be on there after this live gate. I will be on your Facebook page. And you did make the gate. You were on this video when we first started. So if you go back to the beginning of this video, we're 12 minutes into it. Steve, you are on the video gate. Oh, I got to write down your number. Gee, I just forgot to write down your number there. 555. Mama's Little Baby, channel 1. You are the first person on this gate. I'm up high right now on channel 555, upper sideband. I'm just listening for some South and Central Pacific skip. Yeah, I will, man. Thanks a lot there, CB Punisher. I feel good. I felt good when I went in, and I felt good when I went out. And they asked me, they says, if you can get up and walk around a couple of times the hospital room here, we can let you go. So I did 7 laps fast, and they told me to slow down. They says, I'm fine, but I still got to watch it because I do push myself. But this, I got to be careful because there's stuff I want to do and I can't. So I'm restricted with this hand. Like I went out and got some firewood today, which I shouldn't have. I got to split some wood too, some kindling. Palm trees are native to Arkansas. They're called sable minor. Look it up. Sable minor, and they're native to the city of Warren City in the southwestern corner of Arkansas. They're called a dwarf palmetto, and we have a lot of them here. I have lots I've grown from seed. I have a lot in the greenhouse, and we have a bunch in our garden as well. They're a beautiful dwarf palmetto palm tree, one of the most second cold-tolerant palm trees on the face of the earth, native to the Razorback. They're also native to Oklahoma, McCurtain County, Oklahoma. Believe it or not, there are palm trees native to Oklahoma, the same species, but a different ecotype. They're native to McCurtain County, Oklahoma. I grow those as well. Wherever there's hardy palm trees in the U.S., I try to grow them here on our property, right? So down in Arizona, we still need rain, brother. Yeah, I know. It gets pretty dry down there. Like I say, 1641, my friend is down in Sedona, and she says it only rained a couple of times since she's been down there. Palm trees native to Oklahoma. Yep, sable minor, man. Anyway, yeah, I'd love to be in Arizona right now. Arizona would be a good place to be. Sand, palms, and of course swimming pools. I was going to say sand, sea, and palms, but it hasn't been that wet here this winter either. You need some of that west coast of Vancouver Island rain. That's what you need. Those guys get about 144 inches annually, so they need to do a pipeline, and they could run a pipeline. They have an oil pipeline. They could run a water pipeline to Arizona from the west coast of Vancouver Island. Flagstaff is nice, supposed to be high elevation, and it can get cold there too. I think it can snow in Flagstaff, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it does snow in Flagstaff. Let me just see here. I'm not even supposed to be using this hand on the computer here. I'm trying to find something here. Arkansas native palms. Yeah, look it up. It's called Sable Minor. Yeah, I know. I want to. Hello, Mark. How's it going? Yeah, there's stuff I want to do. It did last week. Snow Bowl, wow, is open. That's crazy. We don't even have snow in our mountains up here. We haven't even had frost yet, man. We've had zero frost in our garden here, man. Stuff blooming out there. Looks like some of the clematis is ready to pop open. We have camellias blooming, fatsias blooming. I was in Victoria. I just got back yesterday afternoon. Ulstramaria blooming. There's stuff blooming all over Victoria. I think there's cherry trees in bloom here too. January 1st, I'm going to go down and watch the swim. They do an annual January 1st polar bear swim. So if the trees are in bloom, I'll get some video for you and I'll put them on my other channel. But it's very, very green here. I'll show you what it looks like. That's what it's looking like out the window right here. It looks like a rainforest, but it's not a rainforest here. This climate is sub-Mediterranean on these islands. Believe it or not, this is more of a Mediterranean type climate on the southern Gulf Islands. Right? That's okay. I don't want any snow. I can live without snow. And you know what? When it does, or if it does snow here, I mean, we get winters without snow here. It never lasts long anyway. It usually ends up turning into rain. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's hard to believe that spring, January, February, March, spring is less than 3 months away. Isn't that crazy? Spring is less than 3 months away now. San Diego is a place where you can garden. Yep, San Diego. We garden year-round here too, man. We garden year-round here. I'll show you what it's looking like here. Make sure I take that off and that off. I think I'm okay carrying this. It's not too heavy. I can't carry it. I got to watch what I carry here. Hang on. I'll show you what it's looking like here today on the Gulf Islands as we're just a couple of days away from New Year's, right? So as usual, green. Very green. There's the antenna up there somewhere. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, so you can see what it's looking like here. You can see the palm trees behind me. You can see the fatsias are just about finished blooming. And we'll get over here where we usually go, and we'll show you what things are looking like here on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. You see the palm trees behind me and more fatsia trees. These ones are blocking out the house. And then, of course, we got some bamboo. There's jasmine crawling up the bamboo. There's Nandina domestica. That's heavenly bamboo behind me. So lots of exotic plants. And we do have a lot of stuff in bloom. I feel sad for you that your health is a minor. Yeah, it's not bad, man. I feel good. Actually, I'm in good health. It's just I had that clogged freaking artery, which is a pain in the butt. So there it is. That's what things are looking like here. There's the beam antenna up there. You can kind of see it. You see that beam? There's the Yagi up there. And we're going to show you. We'll show you down here. Right? Lots of frogs making noise too. It's just, you can hear the frogs, lots of tree frogs doing their thing. And then here, you can see at the back of the house. Right? So that's what this part of Canada is looking like, man. There's so many frogs out here right now. There are so many tree frogs. So we'll go back into the radio room, and I'm going to go down to a lower channel and maybe contact some of you guys. So anyway, you can see it's nice and green. Well, it's good to get checked out. That's why I go for a physical every year, man. You know, the thing is, you can be totally healthy, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Jim Fix, the runner, the long distance marathon runner. Okay, long distance marathon runner, made the medical journals. This is a dude that was a vegan. He didn't even eat meat. He was a marathon runner, personified health, ate well, exercised all the time, runs a marathon, and drops dead at 50 years old. Slim, full of muscle. Couldn't figure out why the guy died. Did the autopsy, and the guy had plugged up arteries because because what happens, the cholesterol, the liver produces too much cholesterol. So he never got checked out, thought he was fine, and he dropped dead. So that's why it's good to get checked out. I mean, you can feel great, but sometimes things aren't right inside. You know what I mean? And that's what gave it away to me, was that shortness of breath, right? So thank God. My favorite class high school is health, and that's why. Cool. Peter B. Nice. Be right back. So anyway, yep, this is what it's looking like here on the Salt Spring Island. There, put that back there. I gotta be careful here. And I'm gonna plug this back in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when we're gonna get frost. Maybe we won't get frost. Who knows? We haven't had any yet. I'm gonna go down to a lower channel, you guys, and see what we can get. I'm up, like I say, I'm up on 555 right now. I'm really, really high on the band. Back to DX land. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's go down on, it'll be noisier down lower. And now I got to tune my antenna. Hang on. AM. There we go. Okay. We're good. Tuned. There we go. We're down on the lower channels now. CQDX, CQDX, UDX 791, UDX 791, Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Sounding good, 145 Wisconsin. We're waving at you, buddy. Happy New Year to you. All right, QSY. How about in Wisconsin? Hey, Wisconsin, UDX 791. Yeah, 145 Wisconsin. We're on the Gulf Islands. On the Gulf Islands off the Pacific coast of Canada. QSL. All right, thanks a lot, buddy. You as well, my friend. Wishing you a happy New Year from our Gulf Islands. It's 54 degrees, and just kind of overcast. Typical winter day here on the islands. What's that? Bring that back. Oh, yeah, we have 11 lakes out here. We got the Pacific Ocean right around us, brother. I like halibut the best, but salmon will do too. There's all the salmon out here. There's lingcod, there's halibut, there's rock cod, there's flounder, you name it, we got it. Oh, I'm right across the street. I'm right across the street from the ocean. Just have to throw the crab trap in, get some red rock crab and Dungeness.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I do a lot of fishing here in Wisconsin and hunting, and that sounds like a little paradise you got there.
Yeah, you'd like the lake. There's freshwater lakes here, 11 freshwater lakes on this small island. So there's a cutthroat, there's a largemouth bass, and some steelhead, 2 rainbow trout.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I love that. That's actually my target species is trout. I like to go fly fishing in the little creeks around here. A lot of good trout fishing right here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, and you guys live by the lakes too, don't you? There's big lakes out there.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time on Lake Superior, I tell you, I had some good times up there with the steelhead, man.
Nice, man. That's awesome. Yeah, no, Wisconsin's sounds like a great place for sure. I'd like to see that Harley Davidson factory myself since I have a couple of them.
I can for well, you got tumbleweed here. I've been hunting for many years. I'm 66 years old, retired from show business, and one of my hobbies is amateur radio. So once in a while I'll get on here, especially around the holidays, and see what kind of contacts I can make.
Well, you're sounding good up here, man. You got the UDX 791 Joe. And like I say, we're on the southern Gulf Islands off the extreme southwest coast of British Columbia. If you know where Washington State San Juan Islands are, basically the same island chain. We can see them from here.
Roger that. Well, that sounds pretty cool. It was really nice having a chat with you out there, and sounds like a destination for me to try out the fishing there.
Yeah, Salt Spring Island. The name of the island is Salt Spring Island, like table salt, because we have salt springs here. Salt Spring Island.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, check it out, man. We're about, I guess, maybe 25 miles from the mainland, southwest. We're at 48 degrees north latitude, about 100 miles north of Seattle as the crow flies.
Salt Spring Island.
You betcha. Population here is probably about 11,000. Island is about 16.7 miles long. I'm on the very northern tip. Anyway, you have a good one out there, buddy. Happy New Year to you and yours.
No doubt about it. I'm just writing that information down out there. Well, I appreciate it there. I'll look it up. It sounds interesting. Give me something to do there, you know.
You betcha. I'm 59 on this side, retired as well. But I did take on a part-time job about a year or so ago. But yeah, you betcha. I've been on radio since 77, so quite a while. Well, no, we used to have a radio station. I actually used to be the weatherman on it. We had CFSI 107.9 FM.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I worked at radio stations over the years, and I'm familiar with them. But yeah, that's interesting, because, a lot of times you'll have a little AM or FM station on an island or something to get the news, and,
That's true. We did have one for quite a few years, and then it sold, and the new guy kind of ran it into the ground, which was a real shame. So I did the weather on it, and it had a bunch of just local stuff. And they play music and get local guys in there, but it was good. It was 107.9 FM, and it kind of folded up about maybe about 4 years ago, which is kind of sad. But I mean, there's lots of radio stations around us, but just not on our island.
Maybe there's a little project for you to work on.
There we go, Joe's radio station. All right there, 145. Cheers and beers, buddy. Have a good one. All the best in 2024. You got a great sounding station. We'll be listening for you again. And yeah, check it out. Salt Spring Island out here on the Gulf Islands. And we'll talk to you soon. UDX 791 on the site. Okay. There we go, Wisconsin. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I say, I would have done an earlier live stream, but my buddy was visiting me, and we just had to play with his Kenwood radio, man. His Kenwood radio was freaking awesome. Very, very awesome. I love those Kenwood radios, especially those old ones. 1990. He said he paid $2,500 for it. It is a beautiful radio. Had AM, FM, sideband, everything on it, man. Went from 0 to 30, and he put the 11-meter band in it because he's a techie. So he's going to look at my RCI and hopefully fix the AM for me. So I thought the FM was gone. The FM works. It's just the AM that's gone. So I'm going to get the AM. It could be something simple that's just kind of fried in there like a switch or whatever. So I might have to bring it to his house when I'm feeling, when I'm totally healed. And then maybe he can fix it for me. He's a good dude. And I'm hoping he gets I hope he gets his radio up and running at his place. He's going to try to figure out how to make an antenna that's kind of inconspicuous because he's in a strata townhouse. So it's kind of hard when you live in a townhouse and you put up an antenna. People might start bitching about it, right? So anyway, we'll see what happens. And then I'll have somebody to talk to on our own island. right? Let me move this over here. Anyway, Wendy's making roast for dinner, but I probably won't be eating any of it. Mother Nature shifted. Can't hear you now. Bummer. I'm on three. I was on 370. Now I'm on 395. I'm on 395. So if anybody wants to shout out at me here, I'm listening. I'm listening for you. And it sounded like my power supply was going to pack it in, and he looked at his.
How about a UDX 791 1641? We're trying to see if Mother Nature came back this direction.
1461 Arizona. You're sounding Q5, buddy.
Well, I hear my girlfriend out there.
How about a 1461 791?
I can hear Roger. It sounded good up this direction.
You made it, man. You're 30 minutes into the gate, 30 minutes and 50 seconds. Hey, thanks for joining in, man. You're Q5.
505, Phoenix there. Now, Roger. What'd you do to your hand, bro?
No, I had heart surgery 2 days ago. I had heart surgery. That's where they went in. That's where they went in through my wrist to get into my heart to put that heart stent in. Yeah, it's crazy. That's how they put a stent, and they actually go through your main vein in your wrist there. It's kind of a weird surgery because you're awake when they do it, and it took just about an hour.
Now, Roger, on that. All right, you have yourself good and be safe. I just wanted to see if I could get back up there again.
Yeah, you're making it, man. You sound good. You sound like you're sitting right in the radio room. You're coming in so loud. Have a good one there. 1641 Arizona. Cheers and 7 threes.
All right, UDX 791. You be good. Have a good one. Nice, safe New Year's. We will talk to you again.
All right, 1641 Arizona. Cheers and beers. UDX 791 on the side. Happy New Year. Hey, booming in here, man. Booming in here. Yeah, people assume I sprained my arm, but that's where they went in, and you can barely even see it. There's a little mark right there. They went in beside he says, we're gonna go in beside the banana. So that's where they went in right there with the and then they put the catheter in there, and then that's where they pushed. Oh, it's still pretty tender. Ouch. I gotta be careful, that hurts. Top of the morning, Jesse. Yeah, top of the afternoon. Procedure went well. I'm still alive. I made it. I said there was that 1% chance of death. So I was awake through the whole thing, man. I talked to the surgeon and the nurses through the whole freaking thing. It's so weird watching them work on your heart while you're awake, right? And the only thing they froze was right there, the wrist where they opened me up and went in. And the procedure was about just under an hour, right? That antitone works good, man. You were booming in here. Sound like you got a preamp on that thing. It was loud and proud. 1% chance of death when they have to tell you that with any surgery, Jesse. With any surgery, there's going to be a downside. You actually have to sign when you go in for surgery because there's that chance something could F up and you could die. But I felt good, and I thought about it the whole time. I says, what's the worst could happen? Well, while they're doing it, you could have a stroke or a heart attack, but they could fix you up while you're there. So there's an ultrasound machine, CT scan machine over my heart. When he's working on me, there's a big screen TV beside me, like a monitor, and my heart's pumping away on that thing. You can see it, and you can see him working on the heart, man. It's weird. So that's where they went in. I took the big bandages off yesterday. They went in through there, and you can feel it moving inside your arm all the way up. And he tells you what he's doing, and he tells you what you're going to feel like. And, there was at one point of the surgery, I was feeling really good. Then I started really sweating. I told her, I says, I'm kind of sweating right now. I'm not feeling the greatest. Says, I had an IV in this arm with a bag attached. And he says, we'll give you something that'll cool you down and make you feel good. So they gave me a shot of it, and I felt good instantly. And surgery went smooth. And I had to recover in there I didn't get out of there till just about 4:00 yesterday after the day before. So it went well. And you know what? I don't have that shortness of breath now. I was getting too much shortness of breath. The artery was 80% blocked. It had 80% plaque in that artery, right? Isn't that crazy? So anyway, they fixed me up. Did they find anything? Yeah, 80% blockage of the artery. I got an artery that's 80% blocked, and that's where they put the stent in and open it up. So now the blood can go through. Before it was so restricted, there was very little blood going through, and that was causing my shortness of breath. Now I'm fine. I can't wait to hike to the top of the mountain, right? Anyway, Gary 1641, that Anytone works awesome. Stock mic, amazing. I talked to a lot of guys that talk on Anytones, and those are a very popular radio. But anyway, yeah, they didn't find anything. It's all good, Jesse. Christmas was quiet. It was just Krista, Wendy, and I, and we just exchanged a few gifts. But Christmas is very quiet here. It was a lot more busy when my kids were younger and in the house, but my kids are all down in Mexico. My kids are down in Playa del Carmen, and they're all grown up now, right? So I'm living vicariously through their pictures they post on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, it's Trevor just sent me some pictures of some palm trees this morning from Playa del Carmen. So they're down there, but I think they come back maybe in a couple of days. A couple of days they'll be back. I think they're only down there for a week or something, or maybe 10 days. But it looked nice. Playa del Carmen, all inclusive. Good place to be on a winter day. But you know what? Can't complain about winter. It's been pretty good here, man. Nice and green, nice and mild. No frost, no snow. So, yeah. Did it freeze? No. Dang, stupid internet here, man. Sorry about that, Garrett Graybeard. I apologize. The Wi-Fi here is not the greatest, and I am very far from the modem, the router, right? I'm about 70 feet or 75 feet away from that router, and I'm looking at the time because it usually clicks along. It seems to be stuck. It's a TELUS one, a TELUS router. Yeah, we got TELUS, and they did actually give us a new one about, I think it was last year they brought us a new one. It's crappy Wi-Fi at this end of the island, unfortunately. Boy, the Wi-Fi was really fast. We stayed at the Hilton one night, stayed at the Marriott one night in Victoria. We stayed at the Hilton the next night. I had to stay overnight there. And Wi-Fi was fast, man. It was so fast. It was amazing. Anyway, the stent that they put in me is made out of stainless steel, right? So hopefully it'll last longer than me. It's a stainless steel stent. I think TELUS routers are junk. I believe they're junk too. They are junk. I agree 100%. I'm going to try calling on 39 and see if anybody can hear me. CQDX, CQDX, UDX 791, Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Well, I did talk to Brazil before I turned this on, so we made a good contact. CQDX, CQ, UDX 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific. It's pretty quiet. Not a lot of skip in there right now. It's pretty dead. Tomorrow TELUS will come and hardwire. Oh, cool. Eero rotors, and so you have to consider. Is your QTH Starlink? Yeah, exactly. Our friend has it, and it's Lenny. It's super fast, man. His Starlink is fast. Graybeard, can you see me okay? Am I still live streaming here, or is it frozen? Let me know if I'm buffering or whatever. But yeah, Lenny, our buddy down the road has the Starlink system he put up. And, you know, I uploaded a video there, and I swear to God, it took seconds. That same video here would probably take about a half hour. It was just crazy. So Starlink is the way to go. I know it's a little bit more money, though, right? So we'll have to wait to the spring. Maybe we'll look into it. Right now, it's a slow time of the year, so don't have the extra money to throw around because the B&Bs are quiet at this time of the year. Accommodations are dead. Tourists, very few tourists on the island at this time of the year. But once spring comes, it gets really busy, and that's when Wendy pulls in the dough. So then we could get maybe a Starlink. You're good, and the chat unfroze too. Oh, good. Thanks, Graybeard. Hey, it's good to hear you in there, man. You know, if I ever got another radio too, you know, that those Anytones seem to be pretty good. I'd like an RCI 69 maybe one day, but not right now. I just want to get the AM working in my 2980 WX. I'm just glad the FM works. 37. Let's make a call. Hang on. Lenny. Hey, Jungle. Just a question. Why the RCI Ranger? They used to use RCI 2970. Oh, cool. Really? Well, this one here's the 2970 DX. That one right there, and it still works awesome. I bought that thing used from a guy in New York about, I'm thinking 2011 maybe, something like that. He shipped it to me, and he said it was a good radio. It's peaked and tuned. It puts out more power. It works awesome. So that one there is a great radio, and it's an older radio, but it still works good. And then in 2013, I got a new 2980 WX right here, and it works good too, but it doesn't put out the power that one does. But it's a nice radio. It talks really well, and the audio and everything it puts out is good. It's clean, and especially to keep the microphone down. I'm running the D104, but I keep it really turned down quite a bit. And the mic gain, what's the mic gain at? 7. I got the mic gain at 7 right now, something like that. So I'm happy with it, but something happened to the AM about 3 weeks ago or so. So we got to get that AM fixed. Yeah, I'm considering to have the RCI 2950 DX. Oh, yeah. Good radio, man. 2950s are great radios. And I like all the RCI radios. I think they're really well-built radios. You know what? I like all radios as long as they work good. You know, I'm still using this one I bought in February 1978. I bought that brand new in February 78. So it's coming up 46 years, and it still works good. That's my one of my TRC 458s, and my other TRC 458 is over there. That one has the lowers in it. That one's got the lowers in it, and this one's got the uppers in it, right? And I got the uppers put in that back in 1980, long time ago. About the same time I got the one in my mobile done, right? It's a Citizen MPL5. So never really had a problem with RCI radios. I give them a good rating. If I had to rate an RCI radio, give them a good rating. But I really like that Kenwood radio my buddy brought over today. Man, that's a nice radio. So yeah, RCI 69 is a nice one too. I got a friend, Eli 505 Bulldog down there in Yucca Valley, is running an RCI 69 base. I was like 20 years on the itis. 11 meters came last year, Christmas, Lincoln. Oh, cool. Here in San Juan. I haven't talked to San Juan, Puerto Rico in a while. I've got video gates of me here talking to Puerto Rico, but I bet you it's probably been a year since I've talked to Puerto Rico. I got a friend that lives in Puerto Rico. He moved there from here in January 2003. And actually, he visited this past summer because his dad lives here. So he comes back to Salt Spring Island to visit his dad. And I bumped into him. And then he was here about a year or two before that, and he came up to my place and visited. He was a landscaper here. So that's pretty cool. Puerto Rico looks like a cool place to live. And it's a territory of U.S., I think, like Guam. Pretty cool, man. Nice and tropical, just the way I like it, man. I like the tropics. I could live in the tropics. Puerto Rico, yeah, be a nice place to live. I bet you the cost of living there is probably cheaper than here. It's very expensive. So hopefully you can get those RCI radios easy enough in Puerto Rico. Here, I really don't know anybody in Canada that sells RCI radios unless you're going to get them used from somebody or on the internet somewhere. Yeah. Thanks, Lenny. Thanks for popping into my live gate here. I do a lot of live gates. I'm going to be off work for another week or so. And so stay tuned for more live video gates here on Jungle Joe C. Video gates. I usually have the regulars come in here. A lot of, I got the drone. Oh, sorry, Jesse, I missed that. You got the drone for Christmas. Cool. That is awesome. That is very awesome. Got to love having a drone, man. Drones are cool. I don't have a drone, but I got a metal detector. But a drone would be fun. Anyway, Lenny, all the best in 2024 to you there in Puerto Rico, my friend, and 73s. And thanks for tuning into the live video gate here in our live in the radio room here on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific, off the Pacific coast of Canada here. That's where we're at. We're off the Pacific coast, southwest coast of British Columbia on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Let's see what's going on here. 37's pretty quiet. CQDX, UDX 791, UDX 791, Gulf Islands in the North Pacific.
Auxiliary station calling 434. There's some traffic in there. Try again.
Somebody in there, but it's pretty quiet on the band right now. So I think what I'm going to do.
Yeah, 22.
Let's see if I can get to this guy. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up high. I'm going to go to 555 and see if we can work some international skip here. So let's... I love having an antenna tuner, man. It's freaking awesome. So it gives me a flat match up there. That is beautiful. Calling CQDX South Pacific. Calling CQ South Pacific. This is 9 UDX 791. 9 UDX 791 on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. You know what? My beam's facing southeast. Hello, G Mopar. You know what? Hey, buddy, I got some California in there today. Nice to meet up with you, and thanks, Lenny. I appreciate it, buddy. Hello, all. Happy Friday. Yes, it is Friday. I lose track of time there, 076 down there in sunny Southern California, Ventura, California. I've not been on my radio. It's been busy. Yeah, I was on there. I did a live stream yesterday. I think I did a live stream yesterday, and I'm doing this one today. And I actually have to take it easy. So I have to take it easy. I can't lift anything heavy for a while. And like I want to do stuff, but I can't. And Wendy really pushes me. Keep wearing that sling until it's ready to take it off. CQDX South Pacific, calling CQ South Pacific. This is 9 United Delta X-Ray 791. 9 United Delta X-Ray 791 on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Triple five. Quiet, man. Yeah, no, it's good, man. It's like I feel great. I feel like $1 million, but my arm is a little sore, a little tender here. It's a little sore where they went in. That was, you know, the most pain I had was her ripping the frickin' because so I had an IV here, and I had the thing going here, the catheter, but I had an IV in here, and because they didn't shave this part of my arm, she ripped the Band-Aid off, and I said that's the most pain I've been in since I've been in this frickin' hospital for this surgery. The rest of it wasn't that bad. It was kind of uncomfortable, but I wouldn't say it was painful. It felt kind of like a bee sting or something biting me when they was that. Yeah, it was for the stent. They put the heart stent in because they found out it was 80% blocked, the artery. So they put the heart stent in, and they go in through your wrist. They go in right through there, and it was kind of uncomfortable when you can feel this thing moving up inside your arm to your heart. And I was awake. Like I said, I was awake through the whole thing. I watched the entire thing on a big screen monitor beside me, and I'm laying on the operating table, and there's 3 nurses and the doctor. Beautiful nurses, too. It was awesome. Very beautiful nurses. Super good doctor. He does a lot of them. He did 3 or 4 before I went in there. And they got this CT scan machine over you, and it kind of moves around over your heart, and you can see your heart on this big 70-inch monitor, and you can see everything he's freaking doing, and he tells you what he's going to do. And you can see him manipulating the stent in the artery. And then he says, now we're going to balloon it up, and he says, you're going to have some chest pain because we're going to use the balloon to expand whatever the artery, the stent's going in. I didn't have any pain. Didn't bother me. It just felt kind of weird when he was pushing the thing up to my heart, and it felt weird when he was pulling the thing out of my artery. And then they had to put a clamp on my wrist all day long, and they had to keep pumping air into it because they had to close up the wound because you can bleed to death easily through your main artery there, right? When did the balloon? When they did the balloon? Oops. Yeah, they didn't even feel it, JG Mopar. Didn't even bother me in the least bit. Seriously, I felt like $1 million going in. I felt like $1 million going out. And then I was ready to go. I was sitting in my freaking bed all day, and I got up and I'd walk around a little bit. And I says, the guy goes, you can go at, it was o'clock. I think it was 3:45 or something like that. And, but the ride had to be there. Wendy had to be there for me. But she says, if you can walk around a couple times then and let me know that you're okay to go, we'll let you go. So if you can do a couple of laps around this hospital room, I had to go around the backside and around the room. I did 7 laps. right? And I'm cruising around, and the nurse behind the desk goes, okay, she goes, you got to slow down. This isn't a race. I said, I only have one speed. It's fast. So anyway, I said, is that okay? I did 7 laps. And she said, yeah, you're good to go if your ride's here. So, she says, well, your ride's not here yet. So, and then they just messaged me right after they said that, says, okay, you're good to go now. Your ride just arrived. So Wendy was waiting outside the recovery room, and it was all good. And I went out, and she brought me something to eat from the Italian place. So I had a panini, and it was damn good. I was starving. I said the worst part, you know what I said to the nurses? The worst part of that surgery was not me having an empty stomach. That was the worst thing. Me wanting to eat the whole time, because I hadn't eaten since about 4:30 the night before. And my surgery was at around 10 a.m. They brought me in the surgery room, the operating room, and I was out of there at about 10 to 11, and I was starving. So when I get back into the recovery room, they brought me in a wheelchair. They said, are you hungry? I says, I'm fricking starving. So the worst thing the guy brings me is a little chunk of cheddar cheese, right? I mean, that's totally bad for my heart. Anyway, I didn't care. I scarfed it back. And he says, is there anything I can get you? Like, do you want some peanut butter and jam or peanut butter? So he gave me some, yeah, I'm glad I got it fixed too, because it could result to a heart attack or a stroke. And the only reason I knew is because, like I say, is the shortness of breath. When I go hiking, I'm active. You know what? I don't drink, don't smoke, don't do drugs. I work out 5 days a week. I'm in the gym. It's genetics, man. That's what it is. It's genetics. And I can't say I don't drink. Once in a while, I'll have a beer or a little glass of wine, but I'm not a drinker, man. Like for New Year's, I'll probably be drinking San Pellegrino Italian sparkling water. But yeah, it fixed me up. I even find it different sleeping at night the last couple of nights, because some nights I wake up and it's like I'm trying to catch my breath, and it was that freaking blockage. It was that 80% blocked artery, man. And I could see it on the screen. I could see how blocked it was. And now it's like opened up, and we got the blood flow going through. I thought I had something wrong with my freaking lungs, man. You know what I mean? So no, I'm okay. I feel good. So I can't wait till I'm totally healed. I get back to work, and I can start doing some physical stuff, because I like doing physical things. I hate sitting around. The only time I really sit around is when I'm doing this. I do these live streams. But in real life, I'm not a type of guy that sits around. I'm always out doing stuff in the garden. And when the weather's nice, and not at this time of the year, I love to go out and motorbike ride and just do things, do hiking. We're going to go tomorrow. We might go for a walk. So anyway, it went well. It went smooth. And I'm still alive. You know what I mean? I said to the doctor, I says, go out there with your head down and say, and because Wendy will say, how did it go? And just go like this. He was the 1% that didn't make it. She says, no, we can't do that. See, I got a sick sense of humor. I would have done that. I says, yeah, he was the 1%. Can you imagine? That would be a sick joke. That'd be an April Fool's joke. But it wasn't April Fool's yesterday. And I'm sure Wendy wouldn't be happy about that. But anyway, it all went well. I stayed at the Marriott Hotel the first night in Victoria, right on the water. And then the second night, we stayed at the Hilton. And it's all good. We went out for the night before my surgery. I went for really good East Indian food. And I had rice with chicken curry, rice curry chicken. Oh, man, it was good. So good. And Wendy had something I wouldn't eat. She had chicken curry poutine. And it was good. She loved it. But I don't eat French fries. I just don't eat deep fried stuff. So, but I don't mind the taste of it, but I just know it's not good for my arteries. My liver makes too much cholesterol, unfortunately. That's the problem. So, you know what they said to me? They said, take a baby aspirin every day for life. Take a low dose baby aspirin every day for life, because it thins your blood. So the guy beside me that was waiting to get a stent. I'm in the recovery room. He's waiting to go get a stent. He's talking to me through the curtain. He says, hey, Joe, because he obviously heard the nurse mention my name. He says, hey, Joe, I know where you can get baby aspirin really cheap. Go to Costco. So anyway, Kirkland, he says, get the Kirkland baby aspirin, low dose. It's the cheapest you'll get them. So right after that, we head to Costco the next day on the way home, and 365 baby aspirins for $6.99. 360. So I got a year's supply. So Wendy, she was going to buy 4 of them. I says, check the expiry date. So she got me 2. We bought 2 bottles of baby aspirin. So I got 2 years supply of baby aspirin for like 13 bucks, right? Isn't that crazy? 14 bucks for 2 years supply. Here, less than a year's supply was around 13 bucks. That's how expensive it is on Salt Spring Island. So every day I have to take a baby aspirin. I'm on a special anti-clotting medicine for 6 months. And so I got to take that every morning, this anti-clotting medicine, so it doesn't clot up, because it doesn't want your system to think that's something foreign in your body and has to heal over it. So you got to take the anti-clotting thing for 6 months. So in June, end of June or whatever, I'll be done that, or end of, let's just see, January, February, March. Oh, sorry, I've started to take them, so it'll be end of June. Anyway, I'm alive and well, and I can do my live streams, and I'm happy. And I'm happy that you guys are in there. I really appreciate you guys tuning in to my live streams. It makes me happy to interact with you guys. And if I didn't make it, well, hey, Wendy would have to take over and do the live streams. You know what I mean? Do you know how much percentage clogged it is now after it's not clogged anymore? It opened it up. So I would I would imagine it's not clogged. Would it still be clogged? It looked like they opened it up. Maybe it is still clogged. Kiss the baby. I feel fine. I feel like back to normal. Like I felt good when I went in there, but you know what? I actually feel better now. I feel better because I didn't get that shortness of breath when I was sleeping last night. It seems like every night I'm like trying to catch my breath at some point, and it didn't happen last night. It's just like nice and easy to breathe. It's all good. And I don't know, maybe it's still clogged a little bit. There was still 2 other arteries they found that have 40% blockage too, right? It could be still clogged. No, it shouldn't be clogged because they put a stent in. It better not be clogged after what I went through. I can see it. They gave me a printout of my heart. They did actually give me a printout of the heart with a stent in there. It looks like it's opened up, right? So hopefully I don't know if it's 100% blood flowing through, but maybe it's 80% flowing through. I don't know. I didn't ask, but anyway, I feel good. It's obviously working, right? I just have to take it easy and not use this arm because this has to heal. You know what I mean? It was swollen really good yesterday, this hand. Yeah, the 40% ones are okay. They showed up 240. Says, you know what? You don't need a stent until you're after 70%. They said if you're 70% blocked or higher, you need a stent. 40%, they don't do anything. So they said, take the baby aspirin, watch your cholesterol intake, don't eat deep fried crap, which I try to stay away from. I don't like deep fried food. No more French fries. My mom did her stents more than a decade ago, and she's still good to go. Right on. Good to hear. My dad had one in 1999. 1999, he was 65 and he made it to 82. So, and then he dropped dead from a stroke because he stopped taking his medication. He didn't take his medication anymore. Says, don't want the medication, dropped dead. Fries are good, but they're one of the worst foods you can ever eat is French fries. Did you know that? Deep fried stuff is a killer. And I won't eat it. Yeah, they do taste good. Don't get me wrong. I love the taste of a French fry, but I will never eat a French fry again. I don't even remember I think it's probably been a year since I had my last French fry. Donuts are bad too. They're worst thing for your body. I don't eat that stuff. I will never eat a donut. I won't eat cakes. I don't eat baked goods. I don't eat that stuff. You know what I mean? I will not eat it. That's really bad for your cholesterol. And if you don't get your cholesterol checked, there's a good chance you could have plugged up arteries. And the worst thing about heart attacks, they are the silent killer. 1 minute you feel great. The next minute you drop dead, right? What meds did you take? My dad took, what did he take? Lipitor, and he took something, was it something for high blood pressure? Stopped taking them. Then he died. His sister just died in October at 101. So my dad probably would have maybe lived to 90 if he would have listened to the doctor, but stubborn dude, didn't want to take him anymore, said he didn't like taking him, didn't need to take him, and that was it for him, right? He had a stroke, and that finished him off. Potatoes are tasty enough alternative. Yes, potatoes, and you can get an air fryer, and you can do potatoes in an air fryer. And I was talking to my buddy Foodie Phil last night, and he put his wife on the phone, and Kathy says they have an air fryer, and she's got to watch it too because she's diabetic, right? So they do them in the air fryer, so it's not deep frying. Deep fried food is the worst thing to eat, okay, because it's full of saturated fat that can plug up your arteries. So think about it, guys, and I don't want to preach to you, but think about it. You think you're feeling great until, Wendy's dad died at 65 from plugged up arteries. He had a heart attack. He was in Arizona at their house in Arizona, and he went out for a hike in the desert, Came back, sat down at the picnic table outside, keeled over from a heart attack. 65 years old. I have to check mine. Cholesterol runs in the family as well. So far, I'm good. 54-year-old, good. I started getting mine checked at 20 when I was 36, I think. I was about 36 years old. So 23 years ago, I started going for full physicals every single year. And that's when I found out I had high cholesterol. And it really pissed me off because I exercise. I work out 5 days a week. I'm in the gym, but that has nothing to do with it. It's genetics. And you cannot run. They sent me to the cholesterol specialist, this doctor here. I have an awesome doctor, and he's totally into fitness and stuff. He sent me to a cholesterol specialist 2 months ago. And you know what the cholesterol specialist said? He said, you can't run away from your genetics. If it's in your genes, you have to really watch it. There's some people that can eat as much crap as they want, and they don't. They're fine. Their arteries are fine. They have low cholesterol. My grandmother died at 59 from clogged arteries. Yep. A chunk of plaque broke free and went into his, the grandfather. Right. Yeah. There you go. That's what happens. Plaque can break off and get into your arteries or into your heart and kill you. That's how my grandpa died. He died of a stroke. So I think that's going up to the brain there. And he was 80 years old. That was 1974. But they didn't have the stuff back then that we have now, the modern medicine. So every year I go for a full physical, blood work, everything. All of a sudden I'm watching yeah, I know ads come on. Ads come on. I know it sucks. But anyway, JG Mopar, if it runs in your family, it's good to go for a checkup. It doesn't hurt. A lot of guys are really bad at getting checked up, checkups every year. They don't want to get checked up. They don't want to go to the doctor for a checkup. But you know what? It's worth it, man. If it can save your life and prolong your life. We're all going to die. We're all going to croak. You know what I mean? And I will splurge. I'm not going to lie. We're going on a cruise to Alaska in May, and I'm going to eat some stuff. One night I will have a steak. What the hell? I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to eat deep fried food every day. I'm going to try to eat healthy every day. In the morning, when my last cruise, I'd have a white egg omelet every morning, and they put lots of vegetables in it and salmon and all that stuff. So I can travel. Oh, yeah, I can travel anywhere I want. I'll be fine. Not a problem. Moderation is the key. Right? That's what I say. Everyone's going to die. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you can still travel. My ex's dad had a stent put in his heart years ago. He traveled all over the place. Yeah. You can still travel. You can do everything as usual. I can still work out. I can still go to the top. I can still hike to the top of the mountain, ride my bikes, everything. No different than before. So we'll see what happens. If I die, I die. If I don't, I don't. I'm not afraid to die. You said you didn't get no, I never got the shots. Thank God. That probably would have killed me. No, I never did get. Hey, you know what? It's so funny. So I go to the hospital. Everybody in the hospital's got masks on. I get into the hospital. They hand me a mask, and then they wouldn't let me in without it. So I put it into here, so my nose was stick. I can't breathe in those stupid things. And then I ended up taking it off. So the whole stay I was in there, even on the operating table, I didn't wear it, and they didn't say a thing, man. No mask. I was good. I can't breathe in those things. They're not good for me. That restricts my oxygen. You know what I mean? It does indeed. Anyway, sounds pretty quiet out there in Skipland. I'm going to turn that off and that off, and I'm going to turn on my other radio and see what's coming in here. Let's see. $37. There we go. 375. There's a few people coming in. So anyway, Mike, other than that, I'm a healthy guy. I just had that clogged freaking artery. I feel great. I'm in top shape. So I outed out for the experiment. Yeah. Same with me, man. I would never take that shot, man. I would never take that shot. And I believe in freedom of choice. Me, I don't care. My kids got it. You know why they did it? To travel. If you want to get the shot, take the shot. But I have an immune system and it works just fine for me. I had that Chinese flu. June of last year I had it, and I caught it from my wife because she caught it from two triple jabbers that were visiting from Southern California that took her art class here on Salt Spring, and they spread it to the class, right? It was in the 50s. Yeah, it's 54 here right now, 54 degrees. Why did everyone in the old days on the radio sound the same? They did. I think it was the microphone, Jesse. It was the microphone. Anyway, good on you, JG Mopar. I'm happy for you, buddy. Hats off to you, bro. And you know what? My immune system worked good. I'm going to tell you something. I'll tell you something about the shot, okay? This is my experience with it. So she got COVID, she was 62 years old, June of last year. And they say she's high risk and it can kill you and this and that. Bull crap. It knocked the crap out of her. It beat the crap out of her for about 5 or 6 days, like a really bad flu. I caught it from her. I think I had it for about 5 days. It was no more than a flu. Okay. So my COVID's gone. I got over it. My immune system worked really good. Then my buddy phones me up after I had it. And he says, "Hey, Joe, do you want to go on a cruise with us this summer to Alaska?" And so we phoned the cruise line and they said, "No, you can't go on unless you get that jab." And I said, "Ain't going to go on it because I'm not getting the jab. Not going to happen." So he says, "Would you think about getting it to go on the cruise?" And I said, "Not going to happen, Phil." Triple jabbed. Great guy. Love him. Good friend of mine. So he goes on the cruise to Alaska. He gets back a week later. I phoned him up. I said, "How you doing, Phil?" And he says, "I got COVID." And I says, "Well, how is that possible if you're triple jabbed and everybody on the cruise is jabbed?" So he got COVID. But I was supposed to go over to his place when he got back from Alaska. So he says, "You probably don't want to come over here because I'm sick with COVID." I said, "No, I'm still going to come over there." So I got on the ferry. He lives near Vancouver. I went over to his place. I stayed with him in his house for 2 days, close proximity, like close to him. He's testing in front of me, positive for this Chinese flu. I'm watching him test in front of me. He's coughing, he's sneezing, he's sick. I says, "Hey, Phil, why don't you hop in my truck and we'll go around and look at some gardens?" He said, "Do you think you want to do that?" He's got COVID. I said, "Let's do it." I'm trusting my immune system that it works good because I already had it and my immune system's got a boost. So anyway, he hops in my truck and he says, "I'm worried, Joe, you're going to get COVID." I says, "I'm not worried about it. I already had it." So anyway, I leave. I get back home. A week later, he phones me up. He says, "How you doing, man? Did you get sick?" I go, "I never got sick, man. I've been around people after him that had COVID and I never ever got COVID again. So I know my immune system works good. Once you had COVID, it builds up your immune system. At least it did for me." My wife got the shot. She got the COVID round when she had COVID. Isn't that unreal? That's like Jesse, like truck drivers from the South. They ruined their immune. They did. It does actually. That shot will ruin your immune system. I don't care what anybody says because everybody I know that has that shot is getting COVID more than once. I work with one guy that's got it 3 times now. He's triple or quadruple jabbed, and he was off work for 2 or 3 weeks again, not that long ago, sick with that Chinese flu. And he's people just don't get it, man. They don't question it. You know what I mean? I question everything. They sound like I'm a conspiracy theorist. They say, "Oh, you're wearing a tinfoil hat." Well, maybe sometimes I do wear a tinfoil hat. Krista made me this, Wendy's daughter. It says, "I'm going to make you a tinfoil hat," because some people think I wear a tinfoil hat. You know what? I'm just one to question things. There's my tinfoil hat. Do you like that? It doesn't pick up any signals, but the more you get, the more shots you get. I think it just destroys your immune system. And I know some people that got very ill from the shot. I know a guy I trained with in martial arts for years died 2 days later. He had a heart attack and died. And I know it was from the shot. It was a second shot, and he died from it. He was in his 50s. And a nurse friend of ours, a good friend of ours, she was 10 years, not even 10 years into her nursing career. She loved to be a nurse here on our island. And she was forced to take it to keep her job. So she took the one shot. And now she's been on disability for 2 years. She can't work because it vaccine injured, man. That is the truth. And I said, one day we're going to have to do an interview with you on my other YouTube channel, and you can tell people about it. All the athletes under 40 that have died from heart problems, what changed? Yeah, they got the jab, right? It's kind of unreal that all these young tip-top shaped athletes have been dropping dead from heart attacks, but nobody questions it. I question it. You know what I mean? So whatever. Freedom of choice. People can do whatever they want. This is the way I work. If everybody does one thing, I'm the type of guy that does the opposite. So if everybody does that and follows those people like the sheeple, I go the opposite way. So your choice. You mean it's your life, your choice. It's like my kids are old enough to know right from wrong. I never preach to them. I love them still the same. I have friends that are jabbed and I like them still the same. That doesn't change a thing for me. If you're jabbed, you're still my friend. But I found it really funny and really odd that people looked at me differently because I didn't take that shot. And that really pissed me off. They judged me. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to take it. I used my freedom of choice and I decided I don't want it in me. You know what I mean? I got all my other vaccines. When I was a kid, I got jabbed. I even had my tetanus shot. But that one, there's something not right about this one. Something not right about it. They just came up with it too quick. You know what I mean? And they pushed it too much. They pushed it on everybody. Oh, you can get free tickets to this. You can win a truck. You can win a lottery. You get free ice cream cones for your kid. It's like they were bribing people to take it, like they were trying too hard to push it. It's crap, man. I think that's crap. It's funny. I thought the paper would be full in the obituary from this from dying from the COVID. Didn't see anybody in there. I haven't seen anybody yet in our paper that has died from COVID. Isn't that unbelievable? I thought the obituary would be full every day because of the pandemic, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? But I see lots of people dying now. I see a lot of people now dying, and even young people on our island. So I always question that. And my wife Wendy's one to ask too. She's always asked. That's the first thing you ask. Were they jabbed? And then you got to shake your head. It's like, oh yeah, they were. So whatever. Doctors that worked on me the other day, they have to be jabbed to get a job here in BC. The people that didn't get jabbed still don't have a job here in BC. Yeah, ticking time bombs. That's what I say too. So I'm glad you question things, JG Mopar. Good on you, man. Good for questioning the narrative. And another thing that really got me questioning things when I worked for the Parks Department, and that's why I lost my job. I had to retire early because they forced it on us. They said by December 13th, you have to have 2 tables of the special medicine. We're going to say 2 tables of the special medicine. And I said, that ain't going to happen. I'm just going to take early retirement. I loved my Parks and Rec job. I had a good government union job, and they forced these on us. I worked with guys that didn't want to take it, and they got it, but other guys quit. They quit that job. And I looked at the homeless people in the park every day that were breaking all the rules. And you know what? None of those guys were jabbed. None of those guys were jabbed, and none of those guys got COVID every single day. So, a few months I was watching these guys. I'm very observant. There'd be, 10 or 15 of these homeless guys hanging out in the park, bad hygiene, drinking every day, doing drugs, sleeping together, homeless people from parts unknown joining them, not social distancing, not wearing masks. And this is when the jabs came in. They were pushing it on the news. And, I'm looking at these guys and something doesn't add up here. If this thing is so contagious, how come these guys aren't getting sick? So I asked them one day and I said, you guys don't seem to, no. I talked to the guys at work. I said, the guys at work got jabbed. They had their first jab in them. And I said, I'm watching these homeless guys in the park, these hobos, and they're breaking all the rules. They're sharing. One guy picks up cigarette butts off the ground and smokes them. How many germs are getting from that? Or they're sharing joints. They're sharing bottles of booze. And, you take a bite out of a sandwich. Somebody else takes a bite out of one. So, if it's such a fast spreading virus, all of these guys are going to be sick. So I said to the guys at work, I said, I'm watching these guys in the park and none of these guys seem to be getting sick. And you know what they said to me? They says, well, they're probably all vaccinated. So I get back into the park the next day and I asked them, I'm standing with one of my coworkers and I said, hey, I noticed you guys are breaking all the rules here, man. You guys, any of you guys have COVID? Nope. I says, well, you must be vaccinated then, right? Nope, we don't want that crap in our body. Yeah. Oh, that's my wife. Yeah, I hear you. Hello. Okay, babe, I'm coming. That's my dinner call. But anyway, so none of them were vaccinated and none of them got sick with COVID. Isn't that unbelievable? This is the homeless people in the park. You know what? So they really changed my way of thinking because at first I was really freaked out. Watching the news. And then we had a couple of nurses stay in our B&B one day. And I went down to talk to them. I says, oh, you poor nurses. You poor nurses are swamped at the hospital. I see on the news you're overrun with COVID patients. And one of them said, bullshit. They said to me, bullshit. Don't believe everything you hear on the news. That's what they said to me. You know what I mean? So it says the best thing you can do is turn off the news and this doesn't exist. And that's when I stopped watching mainstream news. So anyway, guys, I got to roll. Sorry to rant and rave here, but I got to go get some dinner. And we will see you later. Thanks for tuning in. JG Mopar, blast off everybody else. And like I say, I believe in freedom of choice. I like everybody the same. Jabbed or not jabbed, I really don't give a crap what you do. It's your life. Do what you want to do. Whatever makes you happy. It makes me happy not to have the special medicine. I feel good about it. I think I might have been dead. If I took that special juice, maybe it would have been worse. Maybe I would have dropped dead, right? Free range, pure blood. You betcha, bro. Hey, take care there, JG Mopar, Mike out there in Pennsylvania. And have a good one. And we will see you tomorrow. I'll try to do a live stream. I got to go eat some dinner. Cheers and 73s from the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Have a good night, everybody, until the next live stream.